Alright, so here's the rundown of this. This is a little interview episode, the first one in a series, hopefully, with Myles Dyer, Play 376. Hope you all enjoy. Alright, this is TPK 445 here. I'm here with Myles Dyer, Blade 376, and this
Yo,
is what's up, Miles? This is a little interview episode that I'm doing. I'm gonna be doing a few more. We got one with Noah Seif coming up, which I'm actually gonna do live with him, not on like a stick cam, but he's coming here to his hometown, Grand Rapids, which is where I currently reside, obviously.
that's cool. This is pretty live in itself, though. I mean, we're chatting at the same time with maybe a little bit of lag, but just like a radio show or something. So it's pretty real.
Well, yeah, but it's being recorded and put up on YouTube, and so. And then we're also gonna have John Bosco, who's the host of the Skinny, which I gotta get into contact with him about how we're gonna do
That's
that and
cool.
everything.
That's cool.
Um. So yeah, Miles.
Yeah.
Let's talk about. This is gonna be the first thing right off. Let's talk about your U.S. trip, 777, L.A. and San Francisco.
Oh, where do I start? Do you want to give me a specific question, or do you want me to just go on about it?
Well, if you want, we can start with 777 and then work our way to L.A. and San Francisco.
Well, that's cool. Well, I mean, I started off in LA first, then went to San Fran, and then to New York. So, I mean, with LA and San Francisco, um, they were just trips where people who watched my videos said if I came over, I could crash round. And I've had so many offers all around the States, but I really wanted to go to California. So for LA, I stayed with Ian Crossland, Crossmack, as many of you know him as. And in San Francisco, I stayed with Rachel, who is someone who watches my videos on live video, which I hear hissing about already. But it was a great experience. I've been doing lots of vlogging about it every day of my trip. But when it came to leaving San Francisco for New York, I became so busy I was unable to put any more videos up, which I am now currently doing. So now I'm back in England. I'm slowly continuing with it. And I'm putting together a massive DVD, which I will be selling online. Not for making that much profit, just enough to pay for costs and that.
Right.
And just sharing the experience because it was truly life changing, and I think that the main issue behind it is about trust on the internet, and I think that I've displayed that me going out there on my own, with chat with staying around with people who I maybe chat to once a month, it can work out and it's good. So yeah.
Yeah, you just need to build up that close bond that you did with Ian and the rest of them that you stayed with, and just got to build it.
Totally, but it's just the same as in real life. I mean, people say about, I mean, there was a girl that I went to see in LA who I've been chatting to 7 months. I always give this example because it was an important part of the whole
It,
trip.
it was that girl that you thought found out had a husband, wasn't it?
That's right. So I found her the day before, and she had a husband, which was interesting. I knew she had an ex before, but I didn't realise. Well, she didn't tell me she got back with him. But I can't really speak too much because it's not fair. She can't have her say. But the point of that is,
That's fair
a lot
enough.
of people said to me that, Miles, you should learn not to trust people on the internet. No, that's not what it means. There's just as much chance as you meet someone in a nightclub, you chat for a bit, and then they cheat on you later. It can happen anywhere.
Right.
Internet, technically, you have more time to take precautions before you meet because usually there tends to be a lot more distance. And with
Yeah.
video chat and that, it's very, very real. So I think that, all these girls on the internet who are at 13 going meeting up with a 40-year-old man and that, and stuff happens, that's due to ignorance of the parents. That's due to their ignorance. It's like maybe a toddler walking into the middle of a road and getting hit by a car. If they go out there unaware of the situation, bad stuff's going to happen. And I know that was a really, blunt example, but it's pretty much the same thing. Children are ignorant, and if they're in the wrong situations, it's bad.
Right. Right.
So it doesn't matter if it's on the internet or in real life. People who say the internet's bad because of that, it's just they're scared. And I hope with what I've done, it's sort of gone against that and proves that the majority of people out there are good people. The majority of people out there are real people because at the end of the day, if you're being real on the internet and you meet someone you like, they're going to know the real you. And if you meet up, both of you are going to have a good time. But if you're going to be out there fake, you're not going to get that much out of it, you know. So that's my
Yeah.
thought.
All right. So were you upset when you had to leave the U.S. to go back to England?
It's interesting, really. I mean, New York was a big end to it because I met so many people, great people. I wish I spent a few more days with them, but at the same time, they were going to be leaving anyway. And I
Right.
think the fact that it is very short leaves, it makes it special. Um, and hopefully they do it only once a year, no more than that. And, you know, it will seem like a really special occasion. And I was so shattered when, you know, towards the end of my San Francisco trip, it was nice to sort of let go after New York. But, you know, I'm back now, and I look back and wish I was still out there. But at the same time, I, a lot's come out of it, and I'm working on that now. And it's hopefully going to move towards a much positive future.
Right. I actually I do agree there. Now I would have been to 7-7. We would have been able to do this interview face to face if I had the funds.
Sure, no. Yeah, there's always next year, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
I think
so
after every gathering, people become more willing to go to the next one. So, you know,
yeah.
the next
I
one
mean,
will be organised much better. You know,
New
I mean,
York, New York, and the Philadelphia meetups were are actually literally the closest ones to me that I know
right,
of. Um,
okay,
I mean, just a few states away. It's just a I don't know, a good 10 hours drive to New York, I think.
right.
So yeah. All right. All of a sudden, my mind drew a blank.
It's all good.
Okay, so let's get off of the U.S. trip 777 for a minute here, and let's dive into the partnership program. What do you think of
Yeah,
this? Do you think it's just a load of bullshit, or
no, not at all. I think it's great that people are finally getting paid for what they've made YouTube become. I mean, YouTube are getting paid by companies for advertising no matter what. And it's about time that people who've made YouTube get to where they are, who've put hours of their time in, you know, get something back. The fact it's exclusive right now, I think, is good because people who were there from the start and people who have made it, you know, are getting paid, which is awesome. But at the same time, I think that other people should get the opportunity. How does it affect me? It won't affect me. It never will because I'm very minute compared to the general community.